It's a big moment. We're at 7:05. Are we going to drop back into the 600s game number 1? I'm nervous. First game of the day. Never goes well. Doesn't matter what rating I'm at. You could think of it like that. Luther, yep. It's a pretty decent thought to have. All right, let's do it. We're sticking, of course, with 5-minute games. Level 2, I myself have to make sure I'm looking at my own habits because I'm feeling almighty and powerful here. Okay. Let's make sure we're following these new habits correctly. But at the start, as I said, you're not going to see much different. Speaking of much different, have we even seen this opening? I don't know that we have, right? I'm trying to think back. Did we encounter this at all in the entire series? I genuinely don't think so. Maybe it's fortunate for us that we didn't. Okay, obviously bringing the knight out. We got the other knight out. Here we go. Knight needs to move. Okay, center. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, great start. Yeah. Looks like we're going here, guys. We're definitely... That's a last resort. Going to the side like that. Yeesh. Trying to survive here. Okay, the bishop is coming out. First thought, I mean, put that knight there. Pawn in the center. That is right where I want to be. And to be honest, I'm not enjoying that knight out there. I'm bringing it right back into the action. That is a trade, which means immediate capture. We have our bishop that we need to get out, so let's go ahead and do that. Right, still, we're being conscious here, being conscious. The bishop needs to move. We never move in front of the pawn to attack the center, so this one, I think, does make the most sense. And obviously, we want to get castled, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, once we're castled, most important thing, are we going to play d6? Well, I think even in level 1 habits, we would play d5, but also d5 does make quite a lot of sense because we don't have a pawn in the center, and we always need a pawn in the center. So I think this goes without saying. Okay, got the pawn out. Now, in terms of the order of moves, because we are so familiar with the habits, we know exactly where everything wants to go, right? So if we have these 3 moves, we know for a fact that we need all of them. What we're going to start doing in level 2 is playing a bit more aggressively. Now that means instead of doing this, why not take advantage of a move you know you're going to play? You know you're going to play it, right? The rook's going to go to the middle, but it's a big difference if you do it after they castle, because then you're not checking the king. So if there's ever an opportunity to bring the rook to the middle and check the opponent's king, that's going to become an instant move, right? That's always going to be good. So we're going to go straight for it. Bishop needs to develop. Let's get it out. But important to, be mindful of the order of the moves. Okay, the bishop takes on d5. We're going to make sure to not forget the basics. The snorkel. Okay, queen takes here, which means I will happily collect my free piece in the center. Can't complain here, guys. Can't complain. Other rook coming into the middle. Okay, pawn up. Obviously, our bishop has to move. That's the center. Same thing as that bishop. Feels like just dropping this back is the way to go. Don't forget, knights move backwards. Oops. Don't blunder that. But yeah, rook coming into d8 here. as you guys may be able to predict. Okay. Looking pretty nice. And we still have the, like, hopefully you guys know what I mean. You still recognize the skeleton of the position, right? We're still playing around the center, still got the h6 snorkel. I mean, this is just level 1 stuff. This is just level 1. Give me that. Give me that. Let me take that from you. That's just a free knight. I don't even need to be at level 2 here. What are we talking about? The guy's really, honestly, is he here? Because he's only got one legal move. So the fact that it's not happening makes me think he's maybe not here. I don't know. We might have lost him. There's only one move possible. Like, if you click the king, you'll only see one dot appear. If you got the setting that shows you all legal moves. Maybe he thinks it's checkmate. And he's reporting the game to chess.com right now. That's possible as well. Nevertheless, it remains yet another dub in the Habits playbook. Still going to count that one, baby. I feel like the game would have abandoned right now if he disconnected. So I feel like he's not disconnected. I feel like he's just sitting there staring at the computer and hating that Habits work so goddamn well. The only explanation. I know. I would hate them too if I was up against them. Poor guy. Yeah, that's a good point. He might be navigating to the Kick channel. He might be making a Kick account. He might be following the channel. He might be waiting 1 minute before he can chat. And then he might be in the middle of typing, "Screw you guys. I'm going home." There we go. We'll take the first dub, won't we? Not too shabby. Interestingly, we faced the King's Gambit, and I swear, we did not have many King's Gambit games on the way up in level 1. So, look at that. Look at that. Talpercual. Thank you, Tal. Always a great name, Tal, to have in a chess channel. Is that 10? Do we get a big 10 ski in? Yes, thanks for the 10 subs here on Kick. Not to be missed. Appreciate you a lot, man. A lot of good circlers got one of those. A lot of good circlers, deserving individuals. We also had yet another from G Madrid 69 to JT Ballin. Thanks, G Madrid. Yes, for the next 2 days, Godfather, I should be back commentating. Can I explain why this was a King's Gambit? Well, that's just the name of the opening. People wondering what a gambit is, this is a great example. It's just usually a pawn that you kind of give up, but the expectation is you get it back. So, I mean, white's kind of going to go here and going to take it back. There's not really anything I can do to keep it. So, Queen's Gambit, shocker, would be on the other side of the board. You guessed it. So, just the special name for this opening, but another good reminder that we do not do any of that. We don't do that ourselves. Obviously, we might need to play against it from time to time, but we do not play it. We stick to the basics. The circle has grown. This is correct. The generous 10. The circle has expanded. No gambits in the circle, not yet. Absolutely not. It doesn't even really apply to our openings anyway, so no worries. We're at 7-12. We didn't even get a full game, though, so I don't even feel like we've had a proper attempt with level 2. You agree? We haven't had a real game. All right. E4. Here comes the knight, the other knight. The bishop comes out. Right? We're very familiar with this. The bishop goes to G4. We're going to be playing H3. We're going to stay with the circle here. Queen takes back. I feel like we've seen this position before. Whoa. Kind of an odd looking move, isn't it? I mean, I think we'll stay natural here. Obviously, this move could come in. Instead, the guy goes queen there. We've got a couple trades that we're ready to execute here. Okay, and we'll make sure to get castled. All right, we are castled. We have traded everything in sight. We've even got our snorkel all ready and set to go. We do not have our rooks in the middle and probably RPMs to follow. So let's just finish up, let's shore things up here a little bit. A solid game from our opponent. He made sure to defend checkmate, so he's got that going for him. This pawn right here, how can we defend it? There's only so many moves, and by so many, I mean one. So while it may be difficult to spot, it might take us a while. Have a look at that bishop. The knight obviously can't do anything. So we've really only got one move. And tucking the bishop back like this, never going to be a bad move. Capture towards the center. Don't mind that at all. Rook into the middle. Now we've got, I mean, this is just the knight and the bishop, right? We've got some important details here. Obviously, our knight, surely we want to move it into the center. But how are the knight and the bishop going to coexist? Important. Once we've got the rooks in, sure, we're going to make a knight move. We can continue with some nice RPMs over here. But how are the knight and the bishop going to interact? Usually what you'd want to do is put most of your stuff on light squares because, hey, the bishop can't touch anything there. So that feels pretty good. And it is the end game, so probably looking to bring our king in. Start to get active in the end game. For our opponent, if you want to practice having the bishop, what should our opponent be doing? Generally, putting pawns on light squares. So that probably means that this needs to be played. Because he didn't play it, and he's actually blundering it, I am very excited to capture this pawn and just, like a pickpocket, just grab and bring it right back. Yep. That's all I need. And, of course, we have our king that we haven't brought in yet. We have lots of beautiful RPMs to use. King into the middle. Okay. Attack, defense. I wish we could go here, but we cannot, sadly. So, actually, my defense is limited to just one thing. right? It's nice that, he's attacking some of our stuff. We're just going to go ahead and defend it. But we're not going to make too many crazy moves. I'm not calculating too much, put it that way. If my opponent leaves something hanging, then I'll take it. But that's about it. Let's capture. Of course, staying with that that idea of always always taking. Let's go here. Okay, can we go kind of in the center already? I'm thinking maybe this is an endgame that I'll just use my king. I don't know. Like, just stick to our our level 1 kind of idea. Okay, the rook's coming down. Again, we got pawns hanging everywhere. I guess it's time to play some defense here, but I'm just so interested in using this king if we can. Let's see if we can take this pawn. Obviously, we'd be interested in the trade. And I feel like I have a trader on my team. I actually feel like if this wasn't here, wouldn't that be one of the nastiest moves possible? Yeah, low-key, this guy is selling. This is the RPM of doom. This pawn has done nothing good for me. Obviously, a trade looks pretty good. Going to continue. I mean, I was always trying to take this pawn, so I guess just go ahead and do it. But I have a nice active king. That much is true. I like that. Okay, he's attacking our pawn. Again, the only difference from level 1 and level 2 is like basically when he's been attacking my stuff, I've just been defending it. But momentarily, like I just defend it and then use my king and do the same stuff as level 1. Just take everything that we can. Okay, let's stay central here. Using those level 1 ideas of just pushing the pawns, using the king, being in the center. That's it. Yeah, stay central. Pawn, right? If it has nothing in front of it, just sand it. The only difference is I'm starting to defend some of my pawns. That is unusual, I know. Okay, so this is a great example. I got my pawn up here, but I can support it, right? Like I just give it a little defense there. Okay, king. Guess I'll stay in the center if we can. Okay. Nope. Okay. We'll center for the boys. Ah, yes. You're a 700, are you? Yes. Yes, I'm a 700 as well, yes. Happy to just split the point there, sir. Yes. It was nice playing with you. Just a couple 700s that understand no one's better than the other here. 2 700s that couldn't possibly find any difference between us. Handshakes all around. Great fight. And, we just bounce on to the next one. What's the start of the endgame? Well, the simplest way to think of it is the queens are gone. That's the easiest. When the queens are gone, it's usually a good idea to bring the king in. But if there's like every single piece on the board except the queen, I would still be cautious. But for the most part, if the queens are traded, there's also been other stuff traded as well. Does king e5 violate a rule? I mean, no. Go for king e5 if you want to, my man. Go for it. To me, my last move was rook here to protect the pawn. So, I decided to go king d5. But hey, if you got, hanging e7 is in your blood, just go for it. Live your life. We are in level 2 quantity sufficient. I saw Big Dave in the crowd as well. Habits Dave. Trying to stay in the center, Etienne. Just a guy conflicted between 2 habits, right? Staying in the center and taking pawns. accepting our limitations. Well, let's see if we are limited in the next game as well. Okay, we're up against Steve-O, but we got the white pieces here, and we're going to stick with our openings. Knights first, right? Just like level 1, out comes that bishop. The castling. In with d3. This is where I would say we can really just stretch the limits a little bit. Level 1 would never feature this move. Wow, look at us go. Bishop g5. Wow, that feels great. Okay, now I have to trade. Okay, now snorkel. Rook to the middle. I liked level 1 better. Yeah, I liked level 1 better. What? I must be missing something. Yeah, level 1, yeah. Okay, hang on a sec. We might be might be in a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, now come to think of it, I'd actually like to excuse me, yeah, can I downgrade? Yeah. No, no. No, I don't want to be first class, no. Yeah, no, I would like to sit at the back, please. I'm not enjoying this. Don't know what's happening here, but this attacked 3 times and I'm getting absolutely cooked. I don't like, we can't take. This is level 1 we can't take, but we're just getting annihilated here. Dude, what do you want from me? This is horrible. I don't have a move. Can't take. Don't want to move any pawns in front of our king. I mean, we could do this and bring the rook over, but man, we're just getting rinsed that way. Maybe this? Try to defend. The only move that I can see that defends it? Man, okay, we got to review this game because I feel like I'm in. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm in level 2, but if you rush there too fast, you won't be applying it correctly. So there's something we're missing here, and we're going to figure out what it is after the game because this has been a disaster class. Okay. Truly not sure what that move is all about. For now, let's move into the center, see what's happening. Okay. I mean, I feel like I can barely move anything here. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're defending a little bit here. I'm going to try to bring the rook in. Best I got. Yeah, Steve-O is not going easy on us. There's a reason we're down quite a lot of time here against Steve-O. Okay, this is being hit, which means, I guess, only square available is this one. And now, hey, one thing at least we do know. I do know my snorkels. That's level 1, baby. Not to be missed. Not to be missed. Okay, let's go ahead and take that back. Snorkel, but man, I don't feel any good things happening here. Bishop takes. This is like there's almost no way out. Jeez. Like I can't take that. The most illegal decision. And our rook's also attacked, so we have to save the rook here. Can't just be losing the rook for free like that. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I mean, this is different than red dot. This is like big red dot. Okay, timeout. Ref, timeout. Timeout. Gotta bring the circle together. Timeout. We need to huddle after that. This is this doesn't feel like an improvement. So what am I missing here? Why is it called level 2? Timeout here, people. Timeout. Let's go back to the start. There can't be anything wrong with this. Everything was good until we did that level 2 move. And everything was good after the level 2 move until we did this. So hang on a sec. This was good, and this was bad. Okay, are we... I know I'm making a lot of leaps here, but stay with me if you can. If this was good, and then this was bad, maybe I should not do the bad one. Maybe the whole reason that we're developing aggressively is because we've actually got a tactic going on. That's why I was so confused. There's a tactic in the position. This is a pin. So there's no point in taking and ruining my tactic. It's a pin after all. So obviously developing aggressively and then just taking is going to be worse. Truly, it's going to be worse. I may as well, at that point, stick to level 1. Seriously. Right? We're not gaining anything by pinning that piece and then just trading it away. At that point, I'd rather trade my bishop for that bishop. Right? But look what our opponent did. This one. And honestly, this guy's 700, so I think I could learn a thing or two from him. You know, first time in here, boys. You know, apologies. First timer, yeah. First time 700. You know, just trying to fit in. So he keeps the bishop by going back here, and then he just destroyed me by bringing the knight in. Because he's just adding more pressure to that pin. And we haven't used tactics before, so this is all new to me. Instead of taking here, what if we just did the same thing? We could just do the exact same thing he did. And hey, we have the white pieces, so we're faster. And if this happened, we could keep the pressure, right? Even if it happened here. Because if I have a tactic in a pin, why would I just give it up? Tactics are good. I want to keep the tactic. I want to keep the pin. So this is what I mean when I say you activate level 2, you better be ready to handle it. With great power comes great responsibility. You can't go out there, pin the guy's knight, and just take it for no reason. That is a categoric fail. No reason to do that. Why did we bother? Bishop for knight? Never. I'd rather trade my bishop for the bishop at that point. So what that means, notepads out, make sure to write that down. No point in pinning if you're just going to take it. Right? And if you are going to take it, you better get something back for it. Like, for example, in this case, This is fantastic. I'm happy to take now because I'm getting something back. But in this case, what did I achieve? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I helped him develop it, if anything. So, if we're going to be embracing level 2 habits, we need to make sure that when we get a pin, we keep the pin. Okay? So let's give that a go and see if that changes our understanding of these new level 2 rules. I think it makes a big difference. Time in, circle dismiss. That's a big one to write down. It's just the pins, right? We want to stick to the foundations of always trading. But the exception that I'm going to make in level 2 is I'm definitely not just going to pin the guy and then take it, right? I'm achieving nothing here. So I'm going to be more conscious of whether I take or not if I've got a pin. If I don't have a pin, then it's just back to the usual, right? Trades and trades and trades. We got to get back out on the field there. But we got our ass handed to us. I'm not going to lie. Let's do it. Okay. Bringing the pawn. Meeting him in the middle here. Knight out. We want to make sure that we don't get tricked by... No. Okay. I think we're okay. Bring the knight out. Okay. I feel like we've seen this one before. No problem. Okay. Well, last time we saw this, we just... Well, fuck me, I guess. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah. Level 2, love it. Perfect. Yeah, great. Love level 2. Awesome here. Okay, knight c6. Okay, it's been 5 moves into the game, and I feel like I'm just beginning. Amazing. Eh? How about that one? Yeah. A little level 2 for you. Suck it, pal. Yeah, that's a new one for you. Yeah, bring that bishop out a little further than you thought I could, eh? All right. Well, let's get a pawn in the middle here. I mean, this is just pure depression. Got that pin, eh? Yeah. Didn't expect that. I guess it's still a pin, right? Yeah, still a pin. Let's develop here. I guess this knight, like, it has to go here. I mean, this is not what we designed. Eh? There we go. I know. Hold the applause. Got a nice pin there. Okay, let's go on and get castled. Obviously, we got to get that queen up there. Bishop's hit. I guess we stick to our habits here. Just go in the center and queen up. Rooks into the middle. Okay, we've got a trade here. And just bring that queen up. Rooks into the middle as discussed. Okay, well, it's not a pin anymore, so I got to make that trade. Okay. Rook into the middle here. Hey, perfect timing. Thanks for the assistance. Appreciate that, bud. Little h6, not to forget the snorkel. Rook to the middle. We are doing everything right. Wait, hang on a sec. Let's take. Hey, speaking of pins, just learned that word. We're in one, and I don't like it. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you. Okay. Stick with our RPMs here. Whoa. Holy smoke. Oh my goodness, another pin. Brother, leave me alone. Oh my God. I guess. That's all I got. Meanwhile, I got a hope and a dream over here with this one. Okay. Boys, I'm not gonna lie. This might be one of our toughest challenges yet. We'll sidestep here, best we can do, but you know, I think we might be. Wait, is this? No, I mean, I barely know what this is. Could this possibly be a fork? Could it be? It couldn't be. Could it? Could it be a fork? What's that? Wait a minute. Is this what it feels like to actually play chess? Wait a minute. And then we take the hanging piece? This is incredible. I love forks. Wow. Now that was special. Knight into the center? I mean, all it took was that one fork, and it feels like the whole game's falling apart here. This guy's blundering everything. It's so easy at level 2 habits. I love it up here. Little fork, free bishop. These guys are pretty good. Okay, never mind. That was a little humbling. Well, hang on. Now, there's some good from that. You know, some good. Let's not forget. Okay, first time playing a fork over here. Please, a little respect. First time for everything. All right. Knight f5. Let's not forget. This felt good. Now, I have to say nothing else did, but this certainly felt good. Knight f5. We won a piece. Amazing. Yeah, the fork really saved us because we were getting demolished here. Completely killed. But this bailed us out big time. We've yet to see that one, G Madrid, but we'll have our eyes out for it. You know what else we've been seeing a lot? Gambits. Now, we want no part ourselves, but everyone's been playing them against me lately. This is like, I feel like the second out of 3 games where we've seen this exact type of opening. So it's getting a little freaky up here at 700 plus. More habits indeed. Although, you know, it feels like training wheels right now. We're getting used to them. We've been implementing them. There's been some good moments, some good flashes, but in general, they still need a lot of work. They need to be fine-tuned before I think we really experience the benefit. Why not take the knight on move 7? Well, the king hadn't really castled yet. You know? I think if the king had castled and we had taken the knight, doubled the pawns, I would call that an achievement. Doubled pawns, and the king is not too safe there. But double pawns when the king's not over there is not as much of an achievement. I agree. You could still say that's pretty nice, but I thought that having just learned our nice little rule about keeping a pin, that I would keep this one as well. Now, you could always make the argument that, double pawns there is quite bothersome, but I feel like if the king is over there and the pawns get doubled, then we have a real case. Then it's a no-brainer. Capture it every time. But without the king there, I feel like maybe he'd double the pawns and just go this way. In a way, his king would still be safe, and we would have just done the same thing where we just take the knight without any real follow-up. So I was kind of looking for his king to maybe be here, and then I would happily double the pawns without thought. All right, let's move on to the next game because, man, we are not even a 700 anymore. Let's go. Got to get it back. Okay. Pawn in the center. Let's do this thing. Okay. Gonna get our knights out here. And remember, we're gonna develop a little bit more aggressively, which means, if I see a position like this, my opponent's not touching the center at all. Yeah, I'm not just gonna play d6. I'm gonna play d5. Why the heck not? Start to play more aggressively. If you can get both your pawns in the center, like just as a rule in chess, that's almost never going to be bad, right? Why would you not? Chess is all about the center. So of course, if I can get both my pawns in there, I'm going to be pretty happy. Let's get our bishop out. Obviously, we got our other bishop out as well. We can castle, snorkel, all that good stuff. Okay, bishop is being attacked. We have the center to consider. Now, in this case, we could go here. We could go here. In general, if this one's available, I pretty much go for it. You could make a case for both of them, but I think it's fair to say this one is a little bit more central overall. The winner of this game becomes a 700. I didn't realize the stakes were so high, but thank you for reminding me. Castle. Oh, obviously trade. That never stops. Snorkel. Now that our bishop needs to move, can it go here? No. So we'll stick to the usual. Rook to the middle. Queen up. You know how it is. Whoa. Okay. All right. We'll take. Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of keep going with our plan here of bringing the rook to the middle. Okay. You guys checking me here. Let's go here. He's checking me. We're going to move out of the way. Okay, let's bring that rook in. Kind of like that one. Okay, take that. And take that. Okay, our knight's being hit. I'd like to go into the center, but we can't. So I guess we're going here. Had to move the knight there. Okay, king's checked. One dot, one move. Let's just go ahead and play it. Okay. Rook over to h4. And it doesn't look like we have anything to do but our usual. I mean, bring that queen in, hitting the center. Seems like the most logical thing to do. Offer a trade of queens. We've got an extra piece if we count these up. So yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that we take care of some of the firepower that's hitting us down the H file. Queen F6, offer a trade. I don't mind that at all. Probably the most important thing you could do in chess is offer a trade as soon as your opponent has sacked a piece. Okay, one dot, one move. I suppose there it is. Keep fighting here. That guy's really making a lot of threats. What's he going to come up with here? I have a feeling he's probably going to go here. Okay, he goes rook to e1. Man, we get to utilize everything here. The queen goes into the center, checks, and it's a fork. It's a Christmas miracle. Yeah, let's take something. Let's show off our new forking skills. I'm the forking best at forking. Yeah, the fork is just OP there. Way too powerful. Feels good to be on offense. Boy, it does. Okay, slides the rook over. I was talking about bringing my knight into the middle. I think we can finally finish that plan off. This is kind of what I wanted to do before. I mean, bring the knight in. So we'll just do that. Knight in. Okay, one dot, one move. Just go ahead and lock that in. And okay, we have many a move here. Queen's checking us. It feels like we're kind of on the run here. Don't think we want to get in the habit of that. So I will go here. And we're still going here. Solid. Okay, obviously a trade. I'm the first person interested in a trade. Queen into the center of the board. It's a check. I mean, that's just a winning move. That's a winning move. I'll do that every time. So we have the center under control. My king is not gonna lie, feels a little bit better tucked away. And for the first time ever, we have castled king side and ended up on the queen side. Only took 29 moves, but we did it, folks. We castled twice in the same game. Queen is being attacked. Where to go? Center, I guess. It's the only central square I really have available. Okay, I'm not sure I can actually stay in the center, but I can certainly offer him a queen trade and remain central. Okay, and let's complete the tuck of our king. There we go. And wow, it feels good. Just as soon as I see attack, it just clicks. I know exactly where they are. The knight, the fork. And we can even conclude this game with a snorkel on this side. We castled here, snorkel. Now we're castled here, snorkel. Don't mind if I do. And we can finally become a 700 again. Let's take the material and conclude with a snorkel where we started. There we go. All right, I feel good about that one. Maybe we can double the rooks. RPMs on this side. There we go. Such a late snorkel. We did 2. Come on, give me a break here. We had 2 snorkels in the same game. And we're finally a 700 again. But this time I'm a 700 on level 2 habits. So it feels different. It feels like more of an achievement. The difference being taking the center like this. Really appreciated remembering to do that. Now, if your opponents are going to be sacrificing on you, it's important that you know what your goals are. Okay? It's very important that you understand how to handle people that play this. Because guess what? You're only 700. You could probably say, would you think it's fair that maybe 1 in every 5 games we see this? It sounds like that's probably true from what I remember. That's 20%, right? That's a lot of the time. They just take it anyway. It started to be so often that I started to say, well, maybe this is a tactic because it's making them all capture it and we just end up a piece. But even though you end up a piece, I think you'd agree that this is quite scary still. And a lot of bad things can still happen to you. So, how can we reliably deal with people that sacrifice on h6? I'm not talking about in this position, what should we do? Although we can use it as an example. I'm talking about anytime it happens, how can we handle it confidently? Because right now, I do feel like these people play this nonsense move and somehow it just works out for them. You got to slap them? I mean, sure, but I mean after that. Just noticed the hoodie. Avocados, baby. Delaying the snorkel. No, hang on a sec. Guys, you got me all wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm up a piece. Not complaining at all. But what I'm reminding us is that even when we're ahead, we can still use patterns to remind us how to continue. So no, we do not want to stop playing h6. We like this. You came here to heal. Please, heal with us, brother. Prevent it? Not at all. I mean, hey, I got an extra piece. I'm not complaining. Please, give me an extra piece every game. The main thing that we lost here was we lost some shelter for our king in our 2 pawns. And apart from losing shelter, we also are ahead a piece. When we are ahead a piece, that's how what happened in the game occurred, where I knew that I just wanted to trade the queens. In this case, I had to move the knight because it was attacked, but I enjoyed that we could offer a queen trade there, and that's how we came up with this. We want to trade. So one of the most important things to always look for is a queen trade. So that should be top of your mind. If you can get a queen trade, great. If we play here and then here to get a queen trade, unfortunately, we lose our knight, and we're not going to be hanging pieces. So in order to get a queen trade, we have to move our knight. It's the only way, right? In the game, we played knight here and queen out. So that's something to keep in mind. You can move your knight and bring your queen out to f6 where it was to get a nice trade. Or you could move your knight here and then also bring your queen out. Same idea. So moving your knight becomes pretty interesting for us as soon as someone sacrifices. It also allows us to tuck our king behind the knight right here. So we're not just like completely wide open. It's almost like a little bit of shelter for us. And on top of that, the last idea to keep in mind is to bring the bishop back here. Bishop back here is going to hit the queen, right? The queen is going to have to move. And no matter where the queen moves, on the next move, you can put your bishop in front of your king, once again, providing a bit of shelter. So it's no surprise that the moves we're considering both have to do with providing our king shelter, which is the number one thing we lost when they sacked their bishop. So we're looking to use some of our pieces to provide shelter for our king. And of course, we're looking to trade queens at all times. That's just the truth, right? We're always looking to trade queens, first of all, period, just in habits, but especially if you can't have the pieces in your one ahead. So no, we're not looking to stop this Snorkel. We are not scared of this, but we want to reinforce that when this happens, you shouldn't be afraid. You should be like, please, okay, thank you, we're up a piece, good, now I know what to do next. So those might seem like, oh man, these are advanced moves. I don't know when I'm going to remember to do this. It's easy. Just look for them as soon as someone sacrifices and takes away your shelter, right? If you were fending for yourself out in the wilderness, build yourself a beautiful shelter. Storm comes, takes it away. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to build it again. You're going to build it back up. You're going to repair. Tucked in safe is what we like to hear. Free fly sky diver. So something to keep in mind, right? Just one of those things to write down in your notes. You might not remember this all the time. You might never remember it. And it's possible that you just keep playing habits and hey, you survive these sacrifices. Sometimes you don't. But if you can remember, boy, these moves can be very helpful. They're not going to work absolutely every time, but very, very good chance that one of these 3 ideas or 2 different moves will be correct. Let's jump into the next one. We ended up winning this game, but man, it didn't feel that easy. We got a nice little fork in there. I think that was the difference maker. And we really just stayed central and used a tactic at the end. Knight D3. Okay. Let's continue. E4. The knight comes out. We already know what our next move is going to be. Let's get our bishop out. And this is familiar for us. We'll castle, of course. And we want to play D3. Get our snorkel out. Looking very, very consistent. Hey, look at that. A trade for us. And developing a bit more aggressively will have me playing bishop e3. I mean, I can't go here, but we get to learn the importance of taking with the pawn. Yes, we've basically been avoiding it like the plague. We've never been taking with the pawn if we can avoid it, right? Bishop takes, we want to take back with our rook, right? The rook is the piece that allows our shelter to remain intact, but level 2, I think we're ready to handle a little double pawn situation. It's actually pretty good. And hang on, our opponent has the same thing, so we must have the same understanding. Okay, we'll take in the center. Takes back. Let's just bring the rooks to the middle. One of the nice things about taking, though, is this rook doesn't always have to go in the middle because look at it go. It is on an open file already. Trades again. Always take. Knight needs to move into the center, right? Nothing's changing about the fundamentals. Okay, take that back. And we can bring our rooks in. In this case, rook to D1 looks pretty solid. He's castling there. Okay. We can bring the rook to E1. I think it's more than okay. It's not 100% necessary. If you guys leave it there, it's already on an open file. I'm happy enough with that, but we're going to stick to the simple rooks in the middle. You know, you don't want to get too fancy trying to learn everything all at once. Just ease into it slowly. We already did something brand new here. Bishop E3 and took with the pawn. That's a lot to take in. All right, and Here we go. Let's get the RPMs in there. RPMs. RPMs. Looking good. Okay. I feel like he's kind of doing the same thing to us here. Who's going to be more successful? That's what I'd like to know. Okay. We can get a little bit more central here. Still got most of the same things in mind. Doubling the rooks in the middle, perhaps. You can try to use your best judgment when it comes to your RPMs a little bit more. I think they really are still, you know, pawns you can just chuck up there. But for the most part, I think everything has remained the same in terms of our opening, except bishop to e3, right? Bishop e3, we're suddenly okay to take with a pawn, and that's new. That's new and exclusive to level 2 habits. Okay, we got a nice trade in there. Okay, what can we do now? Well, got our rooks doubled. Not really sure how to continue. Okay, king needs to move here. Okay, not loving the outcome. Okay, king's only got one square, I guess. There we go. And wow. Okay, we got absolutely destroyed. We got absolutely destroyed. What happened? Let's have a look. I mean, it felt like we actually played the exact same opening. So how come he did it better? What occurred here? Yeah, pretty much the exact same moves. Took. We even did the same thing. We brought our bishop here. Took. D5. We took. D4. We took. Knight into the middle. And brought the rooks in. I mean, at this point, can we even complain? We even traded here. Wow, I actually don't really know what the problem was. All of a sudden, it was just lost. Yeah, I'm not even sure what to change here. Is this just is this my welcome to the NBA moment? I think it is. The 700s are bullying me. I just got here. They can tell I don't belong. Check first. What the heck you guys talking about? I got pieces hanging. You guys are trying to give checks. The 700s are built different due to the OG habits. Now, you might be right there. You might be right. But we're back in 2025 with habits. I think we can power through. But I'll tell you, if this game was repeated, I barely know what I would change. Just got to hope that the guy doesn't play the exact same game against us. But we're definitely being welcomed to the 700s with some tough games. We're not going to let it get to us, though. We're in our rookie year here. Just got to hit the gym and not get bullied. Okay, we're up against another 700. What can we do? E5. Let's bring the knight out. The other knight's going to follow. Here it is. Okay. Bishop there. Let's hit him with this. H3. He takes. Obviously, we'll take it back. We want a castle here. We want to play D3. And again, it feels like we've done a pretty good job, right? Can't complain here. Let's get out to our, wow, look how far we got out there. I love it. Okay, pawn there. Let's take. Gonna go ahead and grab that. Let's take this. Okay, let's take this. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that free piece there. Sorry, how did I end up down a piece? All I did was take things. I took, and I took, and I took, and I'm losing. Every move that I did, take, and somehow I'm losing. I'm not sure how the math works out there, but must be just some 700 stuff. Well, let's trade here. Bring the rooks to the middle. I'm baffled by that. Doesn't seem fair when you think about it. Player A takes something from his opponent every turn and ends up behind. Let's hit the RPMs, I guess. Hey, RPM for you right there. Yep, something special. Oh, okay. More RPMs. We're not stopping. Hey, that's a take. Bishop needs to move. I guess we'll stay central, meaning like this square just because it hits the center, as opposed to this one where it does not. Usually going to be what we do. Okay, bring the king in a little bit. That trade is one we're going to go for. Continue to bring our king in. Okay, I guess we'll play rook here. Okay, king takes. And what can we do here? We are down a piece. We know that. We've been down a piece since the start. What can we do? King into the middle, I suppose. Can we use our king as a weapon? I don't know. It's the end game, so I feel like I'm not crazy to do this, although I could be overextending a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, the bishop goes back. I mean, we're in the end game, so what can we really do? Time to use this rook a little bit. There's also RPMs to be made. I kind of like this one because start to just, right, push this pawn, get it going a little bit. I don't mind this at all. Bishop's hit. Okay, we need to move. Let's go into the center. And I mean, I guess we'll keep pushing. Okay, king's attacked. Let's go here. Staying central. Jeez, okay, what am I what am I supposed to do here? I guess kind of attack the center with this one. Okay, bishop's hit. He's not giving me a second here. I guess we'll stay central once again. Okay, he pushes. I guess we just... I mean, I've been RPMing, so I suppose we'll just keep doing it. We'll just keep going. Okay. Gotta move this rook. You attack me. I attack you. Is that fair? Okay. We'll just stick with the RPM here. Wait a minute. You're telling me Lil Bro can't stop the pawn? You're telling me the pawn went all the way? You're telling me the habits took us to the promised land once again? The RPM brought us home? Who believed back when I pushed C4 that we would just walk all the way to the finish line? Okay, we have a rook takes D3 move. That's not going to help you there, bud. Because guess what? You still got the same problem. Oh my God, he couldn't even stay on the screen. Get him out of there. The habits remind us once again. Keep your stick on the ice and they won't let you down. Look at that. Formerly fit, thanks for the 26 months. Got the host from his Triforce there. Thank you very much. Let's go. The habits brought us a nice dub there. Just RPM up the board. I mean, the 700 here, it's like, just had no concept of this pawn. And he just walked up the board and won the game. I can't believe it. It was that easy. Okay, E4. All right, the knight comes out. Let's bring our knight out. Okay, we have an exchange here. We have another exchange. Let's bring our knight out as well. And as you guys know, need to have a pawn in the center. Bishop here. I think at this point, I mean, yeah, if he takes me, it's not that nice, to be honest, but Bishop G4. Well, I guess we'll just stick with our habits here for the moment. Not really loving it, but hey, you know, it does get a bit of trades in there, and I've never been one to shy away. We'll take it right back, of course. Okay, take that. Well, that's a fork. Hey, yeah, at least I can identify it. We need to stop it. So I don't think there's anything more important than stopping that. So we're gonna go ahead and and stop it, I guess. My king can't move, so I don't even get to castle here. But you know what? The queens are not on the board, so maybe I could could I lie and say that we're in an endgame here? I don't know. I don't really enjoy the placement of this king. Okay, but I guess there's no queens on the board, so we're in the endgame, right? That makes sense. There's no queens, so we're in the endgame. Okay, well I guess we'll get developed here. All right, no queens. We're in the endgame. I'm just a couple steps ahead. I'm just using my king as an attacking piece. Perfect. We're in the endgame. Let's get that king into the center of the board. Okay, we are in an endgame, folks. Perfect. I don't know why I never thought about it like this before. It makes so much sense. All right, nice. Let's bring those rooks into the middle. using our king as a weapon just feels great. Okay. What can we do here? Finish up with brought these. Got our snorkel there. Get some RPMs going. Into the center, of course. No problem at all. Using the king as an aggressive piece as the habits tell us. And yeah, okay, we're just going to take that free bishop. Awesome. Well, we are in the end game, so I guess we'll stay close to the center here while we can. Perfect. Oh, definitely seems to have worked out there. Drew it up pretty nicely in the habits playbook, I might add. Okay, obviously still in that end game, so just going to use that king as a weapon here. What can we do? I guess we'll just kind of hit the RPMs a little harder here. There we go. Okay, take that one back. Continue with our RPMs. Got a nice aggressive king here. Exactly what we want. Now that we're in the end game. All right, you attack me, I attack you. Plain and simple. You know, you can't push me around and expect no reaction. What's the end game? Hey, I mean, I'm a 700. To me, there's no queens on the board. We got ourselves an end game. Rook into the center. Solid, solid. All right, let's stack them up here. Back to the basics. Stack them up. RPMs. I like it. Take that in the middle. Trades. I mean, I feel like we're getting everything we want. Let's keep that rook in the middle here. Okay. Keep hitting him with the RPMs. Oh, hang on a sec. It's actually a check. It's actually a check. Okay. That rook in the middle here. I don't want to hang that thing. Okay. I guess the only square I can really go in the middle. All right. Well, let's stick with the RPMs here. Let's go. So after the hover technique, we can see that we're going to be losing a bishop. That's actually very clever by our opponent. So hang on a sec. We're not going to hang free pieces, and we're going to go back. Look at us. Not too shabby. Okay, but now what? Okay, I'm going to bring my king back in the middle. I'm not really sure what to do. Yep. Here we are. Back in the safety zone. Might bring that bishop in there as well. Pawn h5. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what to do, but pieces in the middle. Not gonna complain. Pieces in the middle is an endgame hack. Okay, now we got our pieces in the middle. Let's finish up our RPMs there, and not really sure what's next, but I'm sure that we're about to find out. Pieces in the center. Good things must happen. Okay. Oh, this is great. We get to use a nice little tactic here. So we're giving check, and then we're also uncovering an attack on the rook. So we're discovering. Wow. I love it. And the resignation is always appreciated. Trust me, I'm never above being thankful for a resignation. I don't need to be out here proving myself. I don't need to be out here embarrassing myself with a stalemate. I'll take the resignation every time. Every single time. Very nice. We're up to 7-12. Well, our first foray into the 700s has definitely been met with some stern resistance. They do not want to let me in. They don't want me to be a member of the 700 club. I can tell. You know, I'm getting the rookie hazing, but I'm still trying to claw my way in. The level 2 habits take some adjusting, right? They're not so easy to just plug and play. It's an adjustment period. So, we're all going to take 5. We need more recesses. Make sure we're clear in our head. This has been an intense session, but we're going to come right back to it and keep on grinding here in the 700s using our level 2 habits. Short recess, everyone. We learned a lot of new stuff. We haven't got the chance to use it necessarily, but we definitely wrote a lot in the notebook today. But we're not done. Not even close.